by the Montana Television Network. Montana This Morning continues on Montana's News Leader.
A group of stranded climbers on Oregon's tallest mountain are safe this morning, but a seventh who fell some 1,000 feet has died. I'm Hannah Doba with more on the heroic rescue effort.
And some Montana communities are about to get some more money to upgrade and repair local streets. What that might mean for your daily commute, that's all ahead.
6:31 on this Valentine's Day, we start with some tragic news. It was a tragic ending for one of the 7 climbers stranded on Oregon's Mount Hood. Authorities said he did not survive a massive fall.
Now the others, though, are now safely off the mountain after a complicated rescue and some falling rock and ice. CBS's Hannah Doba has our latest.
A half-dozen climbers stranded on Oregon's Mount Hood since yesterday afternoon have been rescued and brought to safety. A seventh, though, seen here receiving CPR from fellow climbers, died at the hospital. Officials say he fell between 700 and 1,000 feet down the mountain.
And they're saying the location they're at with the patient is not safe. They still have ice and rocks coming down on them.
Anytime somebody loses a life is devastating. We are thankful, however, that we are able to get these other folks down safely.
There were 2 groups stuck at an altitude of more than 10,000 feet. 3 climbers made it down earlier in the evening with minimal assistance. 2 men from the second group were able to trek down with rescuers just as nightfall and bad weather were closing in.
Both of them are upset. They appear to be physically and mentally exhausted, which I think is a normal reaction to an event like today.
A woman who couldn't walk or move when they found her had to be lowered down with a rope and sled, 600 feet at a time.
The ice conditions up there were really challenging. There's some rockfall and icefall hazard and whatnot.
Crews say warmer weather the past few days contributed to the snow and ice melt, which led to falling debris and dangerous conditions. Hannah Doba, CBS News.
Now, of course, Mount Hood is no stranger to tragedy involving climbers. 4 people perished there last year. Scary stuff. Watching them come back down.
It is much more dangerous than people think. Yeah,
Yep.
it's terrifying.
Yikes. Wow. I don't have to say yikes as much about the temperatures this morning as compared to the last couple of days.
Yeah, it's still cold, but that's some areas dealing with wind, and that's certainly a big issue. I think for us today, the temperatures downright balmy, 17 degrees. Remember, yesterday we were about 10 below for our early morning temperatures, or more for a few areas. We are seeing a little extra cloud cover. We'll probably deal with a touch of wind. And get this, we may have some snow before the end of the day for parts of the area. Just thinking of all the Valentines out there that need a little snuggle weather. This is it. Looks like our temperatures are going to be cooling down over the course of the next couple of days. We'll talk more about that coming up from the Billion Auto Weather Patio, coming up in about 10 minutes.
Thank you, Matt. Now 6:34 on your Wednesday morning. Our top local story for you, the Bozeman School Board has voted to sell the Emersonlon, taking a recommendation from the superintendent. The Emerson Cultural Center was able to offer more than $100 than the appraised value of that green space, which was $2.75 million. The school board felt that having the cultural center buy the lawn will be a win for the whole community.
I think the entire board felt for the Emerson and their folks and the members of that community surrounding the park, the city in general. We just felt fiduciary duty-wise we had to get fair market value so we weren't going back to our taxpayer base as well. And I'm just glad the donors could step up.
Now, Willette says that the sale between the district and the Emerson will be completed sometime in May or June.
Well, talk about bad timing. A train broke down outside Jackson Creek Road yesterday morning and had the locals stuck for hours. At 7 a.m., Montana Rail Link train stalled because of mechanical issues. The train could not be moved because of those issues. Crews were out working to get it moved until about 11:30 in the morning. Local residents couldn't get in or out of their neighborhoods because of where the train had stopped. Now, Montana Rail Link apologized to those affected in the area, saying that the company, quote, strives to minimize interference with public and private crossings, and it apologized for the delays. Now, since last summer, Montana drivers have been paying higher fuel taxes, and a big part of that money was designated for local governments. Just this past week, Montana cities and counties got the word on how much extra money is available this year. MTN's Mike Dennison reports it's just the beginning of a multi-million-dollar flow of cash to repair local roads.
$6.2 million. That's how much extra money Montana cities and counties will receive this year to repair streets and roadways. The money is part of the increased take from higher state fuel taxes imposed last year, an additional 4.5 cents per gallon on gasoline and 1.5 cents per gallon on diesel fuel. Kelly Lynch of the Montana League of Cities and Towns says local officials are ready and eager to put that money to good use.
We haven't seen an increase in the gas tax since 1993, so you can imagine how important this is to our members. We've got a lot of projects in the backlog, and the conversation about infrastructure has been, how much need there is in roads and streets are a big part of that, so we're very excited about it.
Each city and county in Montana gets a specific amount based on their road miles, population, and other factors. The allocations range from a high of $655,000 for Billings to about $1,100 for tiny Rexford in the northwest corner of the state. Lynch says no matter the amount, it's something all cities and towns can and will use.
It's definitely significant to them. I mean, even down to just buying the paving materials. They've got a list of all the stuff that they do every year that they've got to do to maintain their roads, and that's all stuff that they can use this money for.
Local governments can request the money anytime between March 1st and November 1st. They get the funding from the state after providing a 5% match and outlining their projects to the State Department of Transportation. And next year, the pot gets a little sweeter for local government street departments. The $6.2 million is from only 4 months of tax collection. Next year, local governments will have access to an entire year's worth of tax revenue, 3 times the amount they're getting this year. Mike Dennison, MTN News, Helena.
Now, the 2017 legislature passed the fuel tax increase, which goes up in stages until the year 2023.
And if you're just joining us, a few moments ago, we were chatting with Amy Kunuk of MSU to talk about the big celebration. 2018 is the year of Montana State University celebrating their 125th birthday. Now, throughout the year, MSU is hosting special events and highlighting different colleges within and programs within the university. This Friday and Saturday will kick off those big celebrations, as Chet was just mentioning, with rides, performances, and fireworks on campus.
And we're going to be inviting community and everybody around to come out to campus for a whole bunch of special events. We are going to have music, we're going to have food, we're going to have wagon rides and ice skating and a Ferris wheel, all in celebration of 125 years of the land-grant university.
Now, the Bobcat Birthday Bash kicks off Friday at noon. We're going to have events until 10 p.m. that night, including fireworks. And then Saturday, the fun continues at 10 a.m. with events happening until 6 p.m. For more information about those specific times, you can visit us online. And Carroll College has announced its 2 finalists for the president of the school, John Seck of Helena and Dr. Thomas Powell of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Tom Walsh, the chair of the Carroll Search Committee, calls both finalists highly qualified. Dr. John Seck is Deputy Commissioner of the Higher Education for the Montana University System. He serves as Chief Academic Research and Student Affairs Officer for the 11 campuses of the Montana State University System. He also was Deputy Commissioner for Montana's 2-year community colleges from 2011 to 2014. He was also the Dean and CEO of the College of MSU Billings from 2002 to 2010. Dr. Thomas Powell, the president of Emeritus College of Mount St. Mary's University in Emmitsburg, Maryland. He's also served as president from 2003 to 2015. Under his tenure, the university completed a 6-year, $61 million comprehensive capital campaign with the endowment increase from $28 million to $52 million. Now, the 2 candidates will visit Helena's campus sometime next week.
More from Westminster Dog Show. A pair of musically named canines from Montana hope to strike a chord with the judges at the 142nd Westminster Dog Show in New York City. Cello, a Chesky Terrier from McAllister, and Viola, a Chirney de Letna from Stevensville, both competed. Cello is owned by Julie Gritton and Richard Cotter. Viola, owned by Linda Keary's. It's a trio of Gillette, Wyoming dogs also attempted to win the crown. Kiara and Ray, they're a pair of miniature American Shepherds, and Zoe, Australian Shepherd Terrier, all took part. We're going to take a quick break here on Montana This Morning. When we come back, all your headlines. But first, here's a look at what's coming up at 7 on CBS This Morning.
Brutal winds like these are wreaking havoc on the Winter Olympics scheduling and even some courses. I'm Dana Jacobson. We'll take you up on the mountain to give you a closer look.
Good morning. Ahead on CBS this morning, the FBI director contradicts the White House account of Rob Porter's background investigation. We'll talk with former Homeland Security Advisor Fran Townsend about the security clearance process. And baseball legend Derek Jeter on his new job as Marlins CEO and the joys of fatherhood. See you at 7.